What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Business Buzz. Business Buzz is where we focus on business, entrepreneurship, and investing. And today we're going to be talking about 4 industries that you need to stay away from with your money. You should not invest in any companies in these industries because they're just going downhill from here, from our perspective, from our research, from our opinions. So, stay away from these industries. And before we get into the video, make sure you guys go down and leave us a like below because we put a lot of work into these videos. Number 1, large retail centers. Malls are honestly becoming a thing of the past. You go into a mall now and it's not popping like it was 10 years ago. Amazon and other e-commerce sites have basically obliterated the whole retail model. I mean, not that there won't be retail stores that outlast into our future, but it's just crazy that they're just destroying these companies. I mean, you go into clothing stores now and there's just not as many people as there used to be. People buy their stuff online now. You usually only see old people in there or things like that. It's just made the whole process of buying things, e-commerce, it's made it so convenient. You can literally click a few buttons, like it takes you, 30 seconds and you have something shipped to your door in 2 days. Why go out to the mall and go through all that crap? I mean, some people do like the experience of it, and there's always going to be people who just love the experience of going to a shopping mall and, giving away all their money, but that's that. That's only for those people. Not to mention e-commerce, when you buy things online like clothes, they're generally cheaper too because these, retail physical stores, they gotta pay rent, they gotta pay, basic expenses like that, where e-commerce sites, there's a lot less to it. Basically, they can get away with selling for cheap. Number 2, pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceuticals, don't worry, they're not going anywhere. In fact, they might grow in years just because of, mental health in America. However, what we're really talking about here is name brand pharmaceuticals. Generic medicine has actually been on the rise lately. Less and less people are insisting on paying a premium just for the name brand. I guess there's just not as much, love for those companies as there used to be. People are just saying, you know what, we just want the generic stuff because it works the same, because it really does. Why pay the premium? Also, these big pharma companies are seeing big losses on research and development. It's slowing down. Also, who knows with, the government and how, years from now, whether it be a few years or decades from now, there might be a president who actually makes it so there's free healthcare in America, which could be a big hit on the pharmaceutical industry, and now there's always at risk. So in my opinion, yeah, the pharmaceutical industry might not just go down huge, but the fact that it has the chance to, the fact that there's definitely a pretty decent chance of that happening, I would say don't risk your money in an industry like that. This is a controversial one, and again, with any of these industries, we're not making any promises, all right? I'm sure there's a ton of smart people that are investing in all the industries that we're going to be talking about, but this is just, again, our opinion. There's been a lot of very, very rich people made off the oil industry, but here's our reason why we don't think that you should invest in it in 2019. Countries recently have been leaning towards new renewable energy sources like wind energy, solar energy, things like that, which is kind of knocking oil off its path a little bit. With that being said, oil just simply won't be as relied on as much. Number 4, the gasoline-powered car industry. Electric cars are much longer lasting and depreciate in value much less over time than oil-powered cars. And honestly, you've probably heard it in the news, you've probably seen a lot of your buddies get electric cars. It's kind of the wave of the future. It's my opinion, it's kind of hard to say, no, electric cars are a fad. I mean, that's almost a bit ridiculous at this point. As of now, of course, you're probably screaming at me, electric cars aren't affordable. But the fact is that as they become more affordable, because they will, with the general consumer, gas cars are going to be on the way out. Now, of course, there are a few companies that are catching up with the trend. But there's a lot of companies that are completely focused around electric cars, like Tesla. But there are a few car companies right now that are starting to creep into the electric car industry, and those might be better to invest in. But cars that just simply to refuse the future and say, no, gasoline cars are here to stay away. Of course, this is also tying into the oil industry, as gasoline comes from oil, so if there's less of a need for gasoline to power the cars, less of a need for oil. Even governments are taking steps towards electric cars. There's a lot of European countries who don't want any more gasoline cars produced by the year like 2030. So even governments are getting in on the new trend, I guess you could say. Guys, that about wraps up this video of 4 industries that you should probably stay away from. Again though, do your own research. Maybe you do want to invest in one of these industries. It's your money, it's up to you. Anyway, hope you guys subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.